Good morning, Soul Tribe. Good morning, Soul Family. Look at that beautiful sun. Doesn't that just make you want to get up and live? Well, I'm telling you, I feel alive when I see the sun. I love, love, love. When I wake up in the mornings and I can come outside and I can take a deep breath in and out, and I can just feel the sun. I think about the sun has a lot to do with our energy, and it has a lot to do with our mood. It really has a lot to do with us as human beings and our balance and the way we feel. But I enjoy seeing the sun. It reminds me of life. It reminds me of promise, the promise of God, of course, and the universe for us. And as I do in most mornings in my videos, I'm grounding myself, I'm grounding my soul, walking bare feet. The grass is a bit damp and wet, but it's okay. I'm alive and I'm thankful. That's the most important thing. So I want to light us a few incense as I do in my videos most mornings. I'll place it in front of our Buddha statue. And the incense I have for us, they're uplifting, meditative incense. And just give me a moment to place it right here for us. And we can launch right into today's message. If you're hearing the music in the background, it is a high vibration, high frequency sound. It's really cool for meditating. It's really nice for setting the tone if you want to take yourself a nice long salt bath. You want to pray, you want to meditate, spend time by yourself. It's actually pretty neat to listen to. You can find a lot of it on YouTube. But anyways, today's message is how do you stay positive in a world that's filled with constant change, in a world that's filled with, from moment to moment, something comes up that will stir us up. And as much as we want to stay positive, many times we find ourselves in, let's call it a pity party. Let's call it self-doubt. Let's call it feeling a bit trapped in our own thoughts and our own memory. You know, feeling trapped, feeling conflicted. We find ourselves dealing and battling with these thoughts and this type of energy throughout the day. And many of us, we have great intentions for the day. We have, we get up and we're like, we're going to have a great day. It's going to be a fabulous day. But before the sentence can actually leave your mouth, the thought leaves your environment and your energy. You find yourselves thinking negatively, or maybe something happened within that moment. Well, I'll tell you what, I had one of those days yesterday. I woke up and very, very energized and ready to go. I'm going to have a great day. I had several meetings out of the house, and my day kind of started out great. But within the hour of me waking up, there were lots of hurdles that I had to jump. But I made it through the day, and I had a great day, and I was able to balance myself and refocus. So I think today's message is, how do you refocus while dealing with life, as life is coming at all of us. Life comes at us. Unexpected things show up. I think it comes back down to a choice, really. We have a choice to make in each moment of our lives. There are choices to be made. And we literally have to have a conversation with ourselves. It is a matter of recognizing, becoming aware of it, and having that conversation. And I think one of the most important things in this message is realizing that you're human. You're a human being. First and foremost, you are spirit, but you are also having this human experience called life. You are experiencing life with other humans, and so we're interacting constantly. We're having dialogue, we're having interaction, from various dimensions, if you will. And those things may have a positive or negative impact on you, or they're things that you create on your own. But keep in mind that it is okay for you to feel a lowness or a low vibrational thought. It is okay for you to have those. But I think my question to you really is, what do you do to get yourself out of that funk, so to speak, or get yourself out of that low vibration thinking? That's where the pity party happens, when you go down that low and then you stay there and you have your pity party, a nice good cry, a curse, whatever it is you do. You fuss, you curse, you beat, you whatever, break something, punch something. Here's the deal. It's okay. Don't beat up on yourself for having those moments, because it is part of being a human being. But I think once you release that out of your system, once you're able to recognize it, acknowledge it, and release it out of your system, that's where the power lies within, right? That's the power that lies within. You've recognized it, you're releasing it, you're dealing with it, perhaps by maybe calling a friend, telling someone, having someone else hold you accountable. If you need that person, reach out. But I think what I'm trying to say is, it's simply not human for us to go through life each day, all day, in every single moment, really telling ourselves that we have to be positive. It is our intent to be positive. It is our intent to accomplish all things in life from a higher vibration frequency. But is it truly possible? And the answer is no. Because life is happening with us. Life is not happening to us, it's happening with us. And life is a sequence of moving parts. It's building blocks. It's like, think of it from like you have Legos, if you will, and you have to put all these Lego pieces together. That's life. That's each day, every day. And while yesterday we would have completed the building blocks on yesterday's path, if you will, and yesterday's experiences, today holds a whole new sets of them. And the question is, how are we going to deal with those challenges when they come up? So the first thing is, I think what I want to say is recognize what it is, own it, recognize it, deal with it, cry if you need to, laugh, dance, call a friend. But don't hold on to it, is what I'm saying, is when you recognize it, you acknowledge it and you deal with it. And B, by dealing with it is you don't wallow. Don't let it become you. And don't let it own you in that, at least for the entire day, because that day is a gift and you will never get it back. So give it a period. You need to give your thoughts, your negative thoughts, and your negative experiences a time period, a time stamp. Once that period is over, that's it. Time to move on. Negative thought. You don't belong in my brain, in my mind, in my consciousness forever and ever and ever. Right? And then C, of course, is knowing that they're triggers, right? So I think that's where journaling comes into play, or that's where telling a friend is part of journaling. You could write it down, or you could tell someone. But knowing and recognizing what are the triggers, what are some of the things that triggered me to get so pissed off, right? Get so angry and get into that negative space where it tears me and it rips me apart and it leaves me wallowing into this victim mentality. What is it? Is it a memory from the past? Is it someone? Is it something? Is it me driving a specific place every morning? Is it me getting up or waking up on the wrong side of the bed? Whatever it is, there is a reason for it. And that's what you have to recognize. The triggers. Triggers could be anything from an emotional trigger, a physical trigger, environmental, right? People, places, things. We have control over those triggers, right? To some degree. And that's what I'm encouraging everyone to know what they are, recognizing that it is okay to have them. It is not who you are, but it's a decision you make to deal with whatever shows up during your day is what's important. All right. So I hope this message makes sense. I hope it helps someone to dissect their day today. And I do hope that most of us, or not almost all of us actually, when these situations come up, and perhaps before the end of today, we're going to be faced with something that will trigger us, right? That we learn how to recognize and know that it's okay to feel the energy of it. It's part of owning it. And then we need to take that and remove it right away from our environment. Deal with it. Acknowledge it. Don't dwell on it. I think that's the most important thing. Do not dwell and do not let it take up space in your life and your energy and what you're building for yourself. Thanks everyone for listening to my message. If it resonates, please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate your encouragement in my growth. Thanks to those who continue to share my videos. I love you guys for loving me. And as I do in all my videos, I want to close with a quick prayer of thanksgiving and acknowledgement to God and the universe for another day. Let me go closer to my Buddha statue so I can center myself. If you would join me with a couple of deep breaths in and out. Heavenly Father, universe, angels, archangels, ancestors, all higher energy, Mother Gaia, Earth, we come before you humble, not knowing much. We are empty vessels. We are taking on today as a new day because it is a blessing. And we're just asking for your guidance today. As we go through today, and we know that we're not inviting it in, but we know that situations will come up where it will stir us a bit emotionally. We're asking your power, the power that lies inside of us, the power from you to come inside of us and to permeate and to help us to deal and not dwell. Help us to deal and not dwell today. We thank you for receiving these gifts of power. We thank you for always being there for us. We ask all of this in the higher being's name. Amen. We call upon all the religious factors for support. Hinduism, Buddhism, Muslims, Christians, Catholic, the Jewish faith, Jehovah, and all the faiths that serve your people. To everyone who can hear my voice, make it a great day, and don't forget, you are the superhero of your own story, and you have the power that lies within. Love you guys.